Welcome everyone to a late night practice session with Brolylegs here. A lot of students of mine have been requesting what should they be doing on their off time when they're not grinding in rank, when they're not playing in tournament, when they're not competing. How should they practice? It's a very interesting question that has been approached by me. And I want to take this moment to use this video to help those out, especially when they are newcomers, maybe in the range of bronze to silver, maybe gold. I'm not going to be focusing on just one character, probably going to be choosing a lot of characters in this session, but I do want to use this video as a tool to help other players out and give them some kind of source to come back to this video and practice the things that they need to practice. Everyone needs to practice when they're playing Street Fighter, whether you're good, bad, beginner, advanced, tournament player, whatever. Everyone has to practice. We're going to be going over a couple of things. They're not going to be very advanced things. These are, again, for those that are just entering the scene. This could be used for any game, pretty much. I know I'm mostly focused on Street Fighter, but the things that I will be talking about today in this video will be things that you can use for other games. If you want to use this for Tekken, if you want to use this for Mortal Kombat, Samurai Showdown, whatever you want. This is a good way for newcomers to watch this and to be able to apply this in their teaching, in their practice, alright? Now, I will start off with Ryu, and we'll try to dabble with a couple characters. I'm going to be doing a Shoto character first, then a charge character. I don't know if I'll do a grappler, but I'll do some, really quick things. As a disclaimer, yes, I do use my face, but I will try to help those in need that use their hands, whether you use a hitbox, an arcade stick, a controller pad, keyboard, whatever it is that you use. I will be trying to touch on all those kind of controls, but for now, and I do excuse for the video quality, it's not the best, or my quality production is not the best, but I just wanted this as a way for players to pick up the game and play. So the first question that comes to mind is, what do I practice? How do I get into this game? How do I play Street Fighter or a fighting game for the first time? There's many questions that come into your mind, like what character fits you? What character are you excited for? What fits your playstyle? For me, is a charge character, and we'll go into charge characters in a little bit. But for now, we're going to start off with Ryu. And it doesn't matter who you're fighting against. Most of the time, actually, let me just do that for now, but most of the time people will pick a bigger character just so they can execute better. But you know what, for right now, we are just gonna use Ken, just a normal size character, just something that we can get our some kind of basics. We don't want to go into too much into character dependent things or character specific combos. This is really, again, just for the basic, the newcomers that are coming in, the people that are just starting out playing Street Fighter, especially for the new year, right? So we're gonna pick Denjin Renki, V-Trigger 1. I'm not gonna go into V-Triggers too much. I will explain a little bit, but for the most part, this is just something that you can use every day for training, what to practice, what to do, and all those kind of things. So let's go into it shortly, get into this training session. Now, the first thing you want to think about when you're playing a character, and many students, many players that I've come across, they tend to pick a character and they instantly want to jump to rank. They instantly want to jump into online matches. They feel like they're ready. Hey, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know how to punch. I know how to kick. I know how to, all those kind of things. But that's not really the case. the first thing you want to do is understand what your character does. For Ryu, for example, he does have a fireball. And what other specials he has? He does have a Tatsu. He also does have an uppercut, right? And those are all the light ones that I have, except for the Tatsu that I did. We're gonna be restarting a lot. This is the light Tatsu. Okay. Okay. So what you mainly want to do is understand these moves and what are the purposes for it. Purpose for the fireball is to kind of use this as a spacing tool, keep your opponent away from you. Most fireball characters are going to use this as what we like to call as a poke. It's just to get the temperature of what you're fighting against, what your opponent is doing. Are they blocking? Are they jumping? Maybe you'll find a Ken that likes to jump a lot, and hold up and jump over fireballs. Well, if you're spaced enough and you can react fast enough, that's why we do the slow fireball, because it gives you time to react and then go for an uppercut if they jump, or go for an anti-air if they jump, or whatever, right? Moving on. We also have this Tatsumaki move, which is a move that can knock down your opponent. Usually when I have them not blocking, let's just have it after first attack. And usually after first attack, this is a really good tool when you're playing or when you're practicing in training mode, is to see if your combos are hitting, right? Let me show you. Let me show this for example. I don't know why is he crouching. Let's get him back to standing. Okay, so what this means is that you can hit him the first time, right? And let me take off counter hit too, because we're gonna be doing some heavy attacks. We'll do normal recovery, and we'll take off normal, no stun. Okay. So what this means for after first attack guard is basically that you will be able to hit him always the first hit, but if your combo isn't a combo, which something like jab into middle punch, see that he will block. Anything that's not a true block string, or anything that's not a true combo, I should say, he will instantly block you. So in other words, like, that doesn't work, right? That doesn't work, but you can do that, and that'll work. And you see that number 2 hit. That is something that shows that you have a true indication of, hey, this is a combo, right? Many games have this. I know Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, they all have those indicators on the side that lets you know, hey, this is a combo. So this combination, this sequence of attacks, this is something that you can use in an actual match. I can use this on anybody that I play against, right? Anytime I'm fighting any character in this game, this will always work. This will always work, right? Now, when we're doing these kind of things, yeah, it's cool to do combos. That's a combo, right? Not a lot of damage, but it's a combo. And we'll get into damage in a little bit, That's a, whoops. That's a combo too. And let me back up a little bit and say that combos do require some timing. I can't just do, sure, middle punch to crouching middle kick is a combo, but it needs to be timed. And most of the time you want to look for the timing when your middle punch ends, right when it ends, and do input crouching middle kick as soon as that ends. So you want to be on time with that. Okay. Now, what we're looking for in these combos, and I know a lot of you know what combos are and understand, hey, this is what combos work, but this is the beauty about training mode. Alright, you get to create, there's so many different combos that work when you're playing Street Fighter, or when you're playing any game. I can do, right, hey, and the thing that I look at is I look at that little meter on the top right under Ken's name. This shows damage, it shows stun, it shows combo, which is 2, it shows scaling and attack level, okay? But the most important thing that I see is damage, right? So let's go into that. Let's look at damage. So I do Standing middle punch into crouching middle punch, 114 damage. Right? Good damage. Cool. Can I do more? Standing middle punch and crouching middle punch actually does 105. That does less. So I guess standing middle punch and crouching middle punch is a little better. Can I do better than that? 141, right? That is a lot of more damage than middle punch to scratch middle punch, right? That is at least 27 more damage just by instantly doing that combination. A little tougher, yes. Now the reason why it's tough is because it is dependent on how close you are. This is like for those that play Ryu, but this doesn't work if there's distance. I have to be really close. See, for here, I could do... Look, I have that distance. But I can't do that, you see? So there is a little bit of a payoff. Sure, this does a lot more damage, but it does require you to be closer, okay? These are things that you want to practice. This is number one in what to do when you're practicing, right? I was going to do a top 10 list, but I'm just going to kind of go with the flow and try to cover as much as I can in this video. So yeah, you want to explore what you can. Like, look at this middle punch. This middle punch gives me 3 options. This, that. 3 different options. And you want to find out which was the best one for you. The easiest one by far is standing middle punch, crouching middle punch. That's by far the easiest thing. And so when you're looking for this is something that you're looking for. Okay? You're looking for a way to do these combos, to do this kind of damage. Now the easiest thing to do when you're practicing these combos is to do a jump in. Right? See that? You get more damage. See, 192 damage. Not just standing middle punch, crouching, but now you're adding a jump fierce, right? A jump attack. Okay, but can I get that crouching fierce one? Am I close enough to get it? Let's try it. I am. And you see the 3 hits. If I were to mess this up, watch. See that? He gets to block it. Mistimed it. But if you time it right, you get that combo. Okay, does a good amount. There's 216 damage. It's a lot of damage. So, whenever you're practicing, this is the part that you come in every day. You go. It's like if you go into the gym, right? Obviously, you know, physical activity is much more of a workout than playing online. But just try to visualize the similarities, as you will. You go to the gym, you come in, you practice, you hone your skills, you work it out, you build up whatever you're trying to build from the previous day, from the previous workout, right? You're trying to get better, right? And so when you're in training mode, these things probably are not as hard as in other games, but this is why Street Fighter V is a very, you know, beginner friendly, you know, good entryway to fighting games, because a lot of this execution is not too strict, but it's still something you have to practice. A lot of people drop their combos, and so this is why you're here a lot of the time. So this will be Brolylegs tip number 1. Whenever you're working on combos, try to do it from one side of the stage to the other, right? So I'm gonna, and we're gonna go into the special moves in a bit, but usually when I want to practice these execution things, I'll do see this? Now I won't go all the way, but this is something that I like to do. This helps you out with movement, it helps you out with timing, with your execution. This is something, because the hardest thing to do is translate whatever you're doing in a training session into a real match, right? And we'll go into that in a little bit. But basically, you want to see where you are and be able to execute this in a comfortable pace, in a comfortable time, right? Once you get these combos going, you'll be able to do more and more creativity, right? This is not the only thing Ryu can do. I can do, you know, this is like the combos that you want to start doing with Ryu. 241 damage. I did a little bit more, right? These are things that you want to practice so that you can see where you can take your offense, right? At first you might start off with, oh, you know, that doesn't even combo it, right? You might do that into EX. That's a combo. Hey, it worked. This into that, right? 140 damage. You know, something that got me a knockdown. That's great. But eventually you want to start looking for the big stuff, right? Oops. So that's and sometimes you won't have it 100% of the time, so it's good to just practice these things. Okay? And so, always find something that's comfortable to you. Don't always try to do the hard things like, you know, do something like that where you're struggling to do and you're just kind of working out and not feeling 100% on it. This is why you practice this. A lot of my students, believe it or not, have trouble doing this. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to show you the trick to that real quick. And I know I didn't hit it every time. Not a Ryu main, that's okay. The trick to doing this is to make sure that when you input the fireball, this is going to be into fireball, right? The trick of this is to keep mashing the fireball motion, the whole thing, down to forward punch. See that? If you do it fast enough, you'll get to cancel that into a super, right? So if I want to do like a really sick combo, you know what I can do? See that? Really big damage. Okay, 433. So that's a, really good combo damage right there. So you're always looking for the big combos, right? Eventually, sometimes you want to make a read and you see it can't throw a fireball. Yeah, well, I mixed it up, but it works still, right? So always be thinking what you have. You see your meter, you go for those kind of situations, you go for those scenarios. You want to go for super, do it, right? And don't be scared of the moment, but you won't be scared of the moment when you practice, okay? So you always want to be looking at practice. You always want to look at what works, right? You want to get your cross-ups. You want to get your cross-ups down. You want to know what combos. Know that this doesn't combo into anything, but that does combo to something, right? So always be thinking about, hey, what can I do with my character? And if you have questions, you always come to Brolylegs and hit me up, Always ask, what can you do? You can kind of do like, oops, let me see it. Let's see if I can get that. I don't think that works. Let me see. Yeah, you can do that. So you can do 1, 2. I don't know. Let me try again. There you go. Right? And I just start mashing. Like, the trick of it is this, okay? I'm going to show you guys the trick. The trick is, you're going to input DP. So you're going to do, but the moment it hits, you got to be fireballing at the same time. So you're kind of just mashing at the same time, but it's really hard to do. There you go, right? So these things are shortcuts that you can practice, but and it will definitely help you in the long run. Okay, so this is a good way to do a CA combo into, whatever you need to do. This is something I can barely do in a combo, So that's why I don't do these, but it definitely works. You can cancel mostly anything into CA. So just see what works for you. Alright, that's enough with Ryu. Let's go to someone else. I kind of forgot how to play. Okay. Now, next thing I'm going to do is we're going to charge characters. So I'm going to pick my girl, Chun-Li. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about what to practice. Bear in mind, this is very beginner stuff. I will be posting or doing another video for D-Trigger. I'll be doing another video for meaties. I'm gonna just be doing a little bit of things here and there right before the new year so that you guys can have something to watch over to practice, right? And I'm gonna try to mix up the characters so it won't be the same old Ryu-chun. I know I'm picking Ryu-chun, but it'll be different coming down. Now, I can't say I can show you Ibuki stuff, but I'll try my best. Let's go with like Nicole or something. Right. Now this game doesn't really, there's not much character specific things. There are, but it's not as hardcore as like the other games. You know, nothing that's like too major. At least like with Chun-Li and stuff. I think she has like some things, but it's very, very rare. Okay, so let's go to Chun-Li. So again, the main thing that you guys want to understand is practice everything you can offensively with combos, right? It's the thing you can work on the most. And we're going to talk about a little bit now with frame advantage and plus on block and things like that, okay? The first thing you want to do is understand, hey, this is a charge character. A lot of my combos are going to come from me being able to charge, right? So you have to be able to charge. Now, Chun-Li's biggest combo is that she has to charge like the down, right? You know, so to be able to do that, it's a little tough because you have to do the down charge. Is like really quick. This is something that a lot of players try to perfect. I never was one to perfect this at all. I am a scrub, but this is something that you know, you can try on your own. Again, you do have to delay that crouching middle kick cancel pretty late, and we're gonna talk about cancels in a bit. But let me just show you. There we go. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit about cancels because we didn't talk about that much with Ryu, but it works very well when we're talking about Chun-Li and charge characters, things like that. Okay. So the first thing that you want to remember is when you're doing charge, you have to first remember that you need the charge time, right? I can't just do into spinning word, right? I can't just do it from standing position. I need the charge, right? So whenever I'm talking about doing something like a charge move, I need the charge to do it. And let me just show you something really quick. I'm gonna actually take control of I'm actually gonna take control of Macaulay for a bit. So okay. So the thing we're doing with Macaulay right now is we are going to talk about what's a punish. Okay. Now there's different things with punish. Now I'm going to go over it really quick and then I'm going to show you what to punish. Okay. So the beautiful thing about this game is that it tells you what negative, how negative that move is. I am +6, right? And that is -6. Now you can barely see it, but it does appear on your screen where it says frame under Nicole. So it's gonna show red -6. So that means, right? Let me explain what that means really quick. What that means is that I have 6 frames to punish this move, right? So now what I do is that now that I know that this move is a -6, I go into Chun-Li's frame data. There's many apps that you can pick up, or you can just kind of just choose a move during your practice. If you're just practicing by yourself, if you don't want to look up frame data, you can literally pick any button and see if it punishes it, right? Let's do that real quick. Oops. Whatever. Okay, so whoops, I didn't press a button. I'm stupid. Okay, let's try this again. So yes, jab works. Let's try something else. Yes, middle punch worked. Cool. So I think about things that I have in common. Crouching middle kick worked great. Those are all 6 frame or under moves. Sweep didn't work. Okay, sweep didn't work. Scratch that off. Crouching fierce didn't work. Okay, scratch that off. Diving roundhouse didn't work. He actually is too short, so it didn't work. Okay, so that didn't work. So this is where it becomes really important. This is what separates beginners to advanced players. Now, a player might think, oh, I can do jab. Jab works. I could just do jab. Okay, so let's do that. Now, how much damage did I do? 57. 57 damage. Is that good enough for you guys? No, it's not good enough for me. So we're going to look for something that's a little bit more punishing, right? This is what a punish is to find something that will damage your opponent off their mistake and damage them the best way you can, right? So let's look for something that's better. Can I do... Yeah, I can do that. 168 damage. Real nice. Real got hit, right? So 168 damage. Can I do more than that? Let's see. 175. Good. But that cost me meter, right? So is there a difference? There's a small difference, yes. But one cost me meter, one didn't cost me meter, right? So let's go with the crouching middle kick, right? So let's that's the best choice right now. But is that the best choice overall? Let's see. Oh, I missed it. Let me try again. 277 damage. Let's see how much that is without the meter. Alright, let's see. $234 damage. This is the difference between learning the game and mastering your character. You can find a really good combo just by doing what you can even do a cool jab punish combo like this. You can do that for 149 damage. That's good. I think that works. Let's try that again. Oh my god. This is why I need to practice. This is missing a little bit. Let me try it one more time. Okay, so I think maybe it pushes up too far. Yeah, I don't know. Because I can hit the stab middle punch. Yeah, so I think it's just that it pushes him too far. Yeah, so it's a weird bug. Like, honestly, that should combo, but I think me hitting Nikali is pushing him too far back. That it's not letting it combo because of like frame or I don't know. It's a weird bug, but for some reason it doesn't work. Consistency matters, so you want to find something that's consistent. So a lot of times people will do this combo because this is just consistent. You know, that's consistent. You can do that instantly. One jab, you can even do two into EX legs. That's consistent, right? But consistency to me is to do that. Gives you, what does this do? This gives me knockdown, this gives me damage, and I don't have to waste a meter to do this, right? But what's so great about the middle punch one is that it gives me V meter when I, you know, it gives me V meter, and it gives me a setup. Now we won't go into setups this video. We will talk about that another time, okay? But punishing matters a lot. Again, let's go over this just as a review. What I'm looking for, and I didn't block, oh my god. Okay, what I'm looking for is that -6 number, that frame data. How negative is a button, right? Let's go over something else that's also very negative. And this could be a pain in the butt for a lot of players. So I'm gonna just show you something real quick. Well, let me just do one actually. Okay, let's roll that back. -4, okay. -4, and you can see the -4 pretty good because it sticks out there like a sore thumb. Now, what does this mean? This means that I need to find a 4-frame button to beat this move. Do I have a 4-frame button? Let's find out. Metal Punch? Nope, that's a 5-framer. Pierce Punch? No, that's way more than that. So I need something. Ah, jab works, right? And you can do that as a combo. You could do that as a combo. I'm gonna try to do this combo. It was hard for me to do, but oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh my god. Restart. And that's the basic combo we want to do. Let me explain something really quick, guys. Jab into spinning bird is a really good punish because it gives you a knockdown without meter. But for some reason, well, not for some reason, the way my controller's worked out, the button layout, I don't have full control of pressing light kick, so I can't do that combo, I can't do that punish, right? So, you know, boo-hoo. So what I do is I usually just do legs. Unfortunately, it leaves the person standing, but I can do EX legs, and yes, I use the meter, but at least I get the knockdown. So it's unfortunate, but at the same time, you know, you just work with what you got. Okay. One last thing before we move on to one last character. Okay. So this is like another thing that we talk about in this video. We talk about punish. Okay. Let's talk about one more thing. Okay. Alright, so let's go over here. -10, guys. -10. What does this mean? This means that we have 10 frames to punish this move. 10 frames. So, can we pretty much press anything? Let's try it. Yep, crouching middle kick works. Ooh, Fierce Punch didn't work. Let's try it again. Oh, this button is stubby. Oh, Fierce Punch didn't really. Nope, Fierce Punch didn't reach. Okay, let's try Sweep. Sweep works. Forward middle punch works. Yep. Well, that's far. Now, let me get into that because I did something that was really important. You see that? Now I know I'm pressing start. This is the maximum that a sweep can be blocked, and I'm gonna show you really quick. And I kind of showed you a little while ago, but let me just kind of backtrack and show you again. Okay. Blocking something at max range, it's still -10, but it's harder to punish things. Crouching middle kick doesn't work. Oh my god, this thing is so stubby. Sweep didn't work. Let me try it one more time. Oh, it does work. Okay, so sweep does work at full range, but you have to be on time. Pierce Punch doesn't work. So usually at this range, at this combo, you want to hit crouching middle kick. Your goal is to do crouching middle kick spinning bird. That's your goal, right? You're supposed to do this. That's your goal. Whenever you block a sweep, and it changes, your goal is to hit crouching middle kick and spin bird. Why is that the goal? The goal is because, again, whenever you're working on punishing, whenever you're working on combos in general, you're always asking yourself, what can I do that does damage and knockdown and doesn't require an EX move? Those are things you always ask yourself. And so, yes, this move is -10. So, and crouching middle kick is 6 frames. But can you reach it in time? Can you reach? That's the biggest question. So when I'm here at the edge of that sweep, crouching middle kick does not reach. See that? It doesn't reach. And so you have to ask yourself, if I can't hit that, what else can I do? Sweep is a good option, but it is very dangerous. If you don't hit that sweep on time, you will miss. So if I miss, and I will get punished, right? So you gotta make sure that you're on time. Okay, that's very important. I'm gonna show you one last punish with Chun that you can do. Actually, two. I'll show you two options you can do with Chun, and then we'll move on. Okay. One of these punishes, and this is something that a lot of Chuns don't do, is EX legs. Now, EX legs is actually 5 frames to activate. So you can punish with EX legs. This is a really good button to do. And you can also do super. Okay? Super comes out, I think, in 9 frames. Don't quote me on that. Again, yes, I know I'm Chun-Li master, but I suck with frames. But this is something you want to try. Actually, I think I could see it. Let me see if I can see it. It's gonna whiff, isn't it? Okay, let me see if I can whiff see it. I don't know, it doesn't tell me exactly when. But anyways, it does punish at least 10 frames. So you're good for that, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why Pierce Punch doesn't come out in time, but I don't know. Usually Pierce Punch is a good punish for sweeps. I guess not for the college. But as a review, guys, just remember, always seek out things that are negative. Most of the time, the things that are negative are going to be special moves. Most of the time. Not everyone's special is punishable. Okay. Chun-Li's. Let me just show you something. Okay. Well, let me just show you something, guys, real quick before I move on. Okay. Let me put this guy to block everything. Okay. Chun-Li's normal legs, that's her medium one, and that is -9. This is -8, right? These are very negative buttons. Pretty much can do anything he wants. But an EX is only -2, not punishable. Anything that's -2 or less is not punishable. Except for maybe Zangief's super. So you can't punish anything with -2 or less. So pretty much this is what we call in fighting game term, this is safe. Okay, I'm still safe. Not punishable. Okay, but normal legs are punishable. So whenever you're looking for something that's punishable, I should have said this at the beginning, I'm stupid, but whatever. Anytime you're looking for something that's punishable, -12 on that sweep, right? You always look for that red number. So whenever you go into training mode, look, you come over here, add attack data on, frame data on, color on, key display on, just turn them all on, right? And you look for everything that's red, right? Is this red? No, this is blue. I'm actually plus with that. Blue. +3. -2. Punishable? No. But red? Yes. Means it's your turn. That I'm losing in that I'm at disadvantage. Anytime I'm in red, it's a disadvantage. And anytime I'm in blue, I'm at advantage. So that means I can strike again, pretty much. Sweep, -2. Pierce Punch, -5. Not a lot of people know that, but then again, Chuns don't just come over here and do Pierce Punch. They shouldn't, anyways. So whenever you're trying to do punishes, whenever you're trying to play the neutral, try to stay in the blue. Of course, you can do red from here, you know. They can't punish me from here, it's pretty hard. Unless you're fighting another Chun. Then they can reversal do EX legs. Right. Okay. So, and we're gonna go much deeper into plus and minus when we talk about meaties. Because meaties is centered around all that, okay? But again, for the simpler things, guys, again, if you see something that's really negative, this is -5 punish them. Find the thing that's native, that's 5 frames or less, and punish it. Most of the time, you can just jab punish, but you always want to look for something that's better. Okay. Alright, let's go into the last thing. Let's go to the character select. Okay. So what we have done is we've talked about how to execute your combos, how to practice your combos. Knowing what to look for in a character is always ideal. Okay, we did this a little bit with Ryu, and we're gonna do this a little bit more with Ken. Okay. And I love Jill, so color costumes. Let's do this on. Let's actually do this on a top character for the last bit. Okay. And I know a lot of people don't like Abigail, so this is a treat for y'all. Okay. Now again, this can be applied to any character. This could be applied to any game that features these kind of, you know, things in training mode. A lot of times you can't really tell. You have to really look them up. But most games offer very good features on training mode. So if they have them, great. If they don't have them, there's plenty of Discord. People will help. The community is great at helping those that need help with these kind of things. Okay, so the last thing is, what should you practice when you've executed the things that you want, right? I have combos. Well, this is like a new character. Let's just go in this fresh, right? Cammy, what combos does she have? So I gotta look for something that works. Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna just go through all the combos that Cammy can do at a basic level. We're not gonna do all the crazy, you know, nothing like that. Oh, he has a guard on, right? Let me go back. So again, we go to after first attack. Remember that, after first attack. So yeah, that one if I do the light one. Whatever. That one works, but we're not going to go into all that, okay? We're going to find things that are very simple, okay? So simple combos. Jab, jab, spiral. Could do any of the spirals. Oops. That works, okay. Let's try jab, jab, BP. Oops. Not the medium one, not that one. Oh, the medium one does work, but I think it's because he's tall. So usually you want to just do this with one jab. Okay, you can just do that. So just one jab. Okay. Now it's really hard to do the crouching one. It's really hard. But you can practice it. Yeah. Now the whole thing about canceling, let me go into that, 'cause that is something that's very important. I should have brought it up earlier, but when you're doing moves, and I understand this is actually something that a lot of people struggle with. So let me try to kind of break it down a little bit. Just this combo alone. Whoops. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. A lot of times people do this. And what they're doing is that they read a combo out. I can tell them, okay, do jab, jab, spiral arrow. That's jab, jab, spiral arrow, right? No. The problem is that whenever you link a normal move to a special move, right? They have to go together. They have to go holding hands. They have to go like a sandwich, peanut butter and jelly. Okay, you can't put one without the other. I mean, you could, but for this example, this analogy, we're not going to do that. Okay, so whenever you do these kind of things, anytime you go from normal to special, put it together. Don't separate it, right? So I could do jab, jab. This is separate. But when I do that second jab, I'm inputting spiral the moment I'm pressing that, so that's why I don't miss. Okay, this is what canceling is. To make it a little better, you do one hit into spiral. So if I want to do like a special, a normal into a special, I do it at the same, almost at the same time. Okay, that's how it's supposed to work. You don't do one and then the other. I don't do one and then the other. No, do it together. And this is why you do it for after first attack guard, because this will help you do combos, right? So if I want to do that, doesn't work. That doesn't work. But that worked, right? But if I miss the combo, it'll block it. You see? This is something that you practice over and over and over. What I do, at least when I was practicing this game, when I was practicing Chun-Li, I would do things 10 times, a rep of 10 times. So if I wanted to do a rep, oops, oh, missed it, so I had to restart, do it at 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get the point, get the idea. You do this 10 reps. Alright, let me find another combo that I can do 10 reps. 1, 2, and you see, and that's what I'm talking about, is that you look for things that you can practice, and you do repetition until you become comfortable. That is the whole premise of practicing in training mode. Look for the combos that you feel comfortable with, find out everything you can do with Kami, and practice it. I can even do this combo, look at that. Right? That's a combo too. You have to practice these things. Okay. And then eventually, hey, Broly, how do I combo into super? It's the same thing as in every other character to watch. You find out what the super input is. It is double spiral arrow. And you just input spiral and spiral real quick. So you just do spiral, spiral. That's it. So now that you can do spiral, spiral, now look for a combo that works. See? And this is something you practice all the time. Okay? This is something you just get until you get bored. And trust me, you're gonna get bored pretty fast. But you have to practice these things. You have to practice what a cross up is. You have to cross up. But does that combo? No. Does that combo? No. That combo. Why? Because it's the lower to the ground. So whenever you're doing combos, especially on a tall character, do it as low as you can. See that? And that works. So you can do. Whoops. And then you can combo that. Then you can combo it super into just from jabs. Okay. There is one thing that some people have trouble with, and that's doing dive kicks really fast. Don't practice dive kicks fast. Just make sure you're able to input the thing as fast as you, I mean, you know, as consistent as possible. Eventually you can practice doing it fast, but don't worry about it. Hell, with V trigger on, you can just do it. Just do it late, and then get your combos. All right, you don't have to do it so specific, so tight. Just practice, right? Because your goal is to, like, you know, try to hit the legs. See that combo? So you're always trying to that combo, right? So that's what you're trying to do with your dive kick. Is try to set a combo. Oh, that did. Oh, I missed. Just try it a couple times. There you go. And I'm not perfect, okay? I'm not perfect at hitting these combos. I'm not perfect at making these combos and execution with all these characters work. But practice helps. And so when you go into a training mode, or you go into a practice stage or whatever, right? Whatever it's called in the games you play, the first thing you want to do is find the character you like. I picked Chun-Li because she's a charge character. I like charge characters. I like holding down back and being defensive. I like reacting to people's mistakes. I like punishing my opponents for the mistakes they do. So Chun-Li fit me like a glove. You have to look for the characters you like. You like that high execution stuff. Maybe you like Ibuki, Manat, Akuma, things like that. Do you like to play defensive like I am? Guile, Chun, Poison, Falk. Do you like those rush down characters that are in your face? Balrog, Bison, Urien. You know, there's a character for everyone. And then after you picked your character, you want to make sure that you find out what is the proper attacks to do combos. What is the good startup? Well, and these things you can ask people. You can ask the scene, go on Twitter, find forums with characters in them, find a Discord for characters, ask your favorite player that uses that character, or ask me and I'll give you as much as I know. You can also look at videos. Hey, I want to play Akuma. Let me go look at some Tokido videos. Let me go see some Haitani matches. I want to play Guile. Look up Knuckle Dude. Look at Daigo. Things like that, right? And then you always ask your questions and you try to apply this in a training, format. Then you start delving into execution. What combos into what? What normal combos into what normal, right? And you look for these things. You look for these kind of answers. Let me just show you this real quick before I wrap up. Okay. Middle punch on hit, and you can see this. +7. What else? What else is plus? What's 7 frames that I can do? Usually that works, but this pushes them back too far. So you look for things that are like, what else? That works. Hey, that combo into a +5 move. Ooh. But obviously there's nothing that reaches that far, so you pretty much have to end your combo already. What else works? Right, that combo, is that cancelable? So that's the first thing you ask. You ask, what is this combo? So you ask, oh, that combos. Does that second move cancel? Yes. Okay. And then what does it cancel into? Into DP? Whoops. Into spiral? Into ending spiral? And then you go from there. Right? Did that knock down? Yes. Great. Good combo. Good starting combo. Can I do this off of jump in? Yes, you can. And you build from there. And you build and you build and you build. So you look for all the moves. So like, hey, that middle punch, +7. Is there anything better? Middle kick +2? No. Crouching middle kick 0? No. Jab 4 frame? It's good positive. That's all I can combo into. Crouching jab +4? No. Pierce punch +1? No. Crouching pierce +1? No. Standing line shift +2? No. +1? No. Okay. So you know, hey, these combos, what's my best button? Middle punch +7. And that's exactly what you do with any character you pick. You look for the button that works the best, that can combo into the other buttons, and then you tell yourself, does that cancel into something? Yes. And you go from there. And so you can find out all these things that work out, and then you can get your combo. Okay? So, and once you start understanding how to work offensively, then you start thinking, I'm gonna go onto online, I'm gonna go play people. and you run into that Nikali, you run into that Ken, you run into that Akuma, and they just obliterate you. And they start doing moves that you don't understand you're blocking it, but you don't know how to punish. What's punishable about this character? So you go back into practice. You train again, and you find out this works into this. This combos into this. This on block is -8. This block is on -1. This block is +2, so I don't press a button. All those things start coming together, so that you first practice your character, master your character, and then you master the matchups against other characters. This is the importance of training mode. And you can do this with any character. So all you have to do is just try one out, dabble with it for 20 minutes, see what works. If you don't understand, ask questions or move on to another character. But I hope this video helps. I was trying to do, first, like I said, I was going to do a top 10 what to do in training mode, but it kind of just spilled into like, you know, just a flow of how things should work out and with different characters. Hopefully next time I will have a video with a cam on, but I apologize for that. If you guys want to see more or have different questions, you can always comment below. Gonna try to do this more frequently. Next video will probably be on meaties. Just how to apply it, how to use it, what's the best move for what character. Everyone has a meaty, you just have to find out what it is. Some are really good, some are really bad, but they still work. So we will get into meaties. Again, these are videos that I want to come out right before the new year, right before the new patch. Things could change, but I don't think it will so much. I know everyone's getting a new V skill. We will go into the V skill stuff whenever they come out. But for now, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy it, please like or comment below, see what you guys want next. And also, you can subscribe to this. I'll try to stream sometime soon. Can't guarantee that, but yeah, gonna if you have any questions, hit me up. You can always find me on Twitter. I'll have all that in the description. And I do train people, so if you feel like, hey, I want to really learn this game, I want to be competitive, I've trained people for about 5 years already, so I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm doing. And yeah, I will sign out for now. See you guys laters.